So what should people know about like eating and drinking that they might be doing wrong that could have like a impact on their like health?
Well, the majority of people are severely dehydrated and don't know it because we don't feel thirsty. I was never thirsty. I also never urinated, which is a problem. That means I wasn't clearing things from my body. But I just assumed it was fine because I'm not thirsty. And if you're dehydrated, surely you would be thirsty. But that's not accurate. But most people don't drink enough water, and I don't mean just don't drink enough fluids. I mean water, because some people don't ever drink water. They're drinking,
Yeah.
if you're in the South like me, everybody drinks tea all the time, which is it actually dehydrates you. Coffee does too, or you're drinking Diet Coke or Gatorade or whatever. But um, when you start actually getting the right amounts of water, and most people don't like the taste of water, they're not in the practice of drinking water, they don't want to talk about water. And all I can say on that is you just have to force yourself to do it and then see the results on the back end. But all of our bodily processes, all the chemistry that's happening in our body relies very heavily on water to be able to not only physically move things, but the ions to have the right charge to be able to do things. And if you don't have it, you're suffering. That's the bottom line. And so water is a big one, and that seems like such an easy topic. Like, okay, how can you write a chapter on water? Just drink more water. But there's a lot in there that's worth going through. But the bottom line is people need to drink a lot of it, way more than you think. And if you do, there's a big benefit. The other part of that chapter was food, and I know you have some international followers, but in America, our food system is a joke. I mean, it's not food. It's all of these food-like substances, and you go in the grocery store, and 95% of that stuff is not food. And so we're consuming it all the time, and it's manufactured with the purpose, a lot of it, to make you more addicted, to consume more of it, and or to make it sit on the shelf for 9 months at a time and not rot, or to make it look more healthy with all these dyes and chemicals and whatever. But if we just eat real food, our body functions really well. But a lot of the allergies and these hypersensitivities that people have and all of these things are a result of our bodies being confused about what the heck all this stuff is, because it's not supposed to exist. It's not supposed to ever be in your body. So when it comes in, your body's thinking, is this some sort of toxin from a bee or a wasp? Or, are we supposed to fight this with some sort of histamine response? And our bodies are confused. And so we get all of these crazy reactions to these things. And again, you can't appreciate the difference until you move out of it. But people like to give the excuse of, organic food, natural food, where it's too expensive. I can't afford it. That must be nice to be able to go to the nice store and blah, blah, blah. But, what's the price of taking three prescription medicines in your 40s every day? What's the price of shaving 8 years off of your life? So people spend money on what they care about, and I would like for people to care about what they're putting in their body, and you can make the switch. But I have a garden, I hunt, I fish. Um, this morning I think we had sausage from a deer that I harvested myself. We had eggs from a friend that has chickens. We had pears that I grew in my yard, and salsa that I grew and made out of my garden. Everything in there was sustainable, whatever, all the buzzwords, and it didn't cost much. And I know everybody doesn't have all of those outlets, but you could still go to the right store and get the stuff. But it's the number of preservatives and chemicals and hormones and all of that, pesticides. Good grief! Some of my blood work was showing all of these pesticides in it when I first started, and I was thinking, what the heck is this? Am I getting sprayed with crop dusters?
Yeah.
But no, I was eating it, and it's legal for someone to sell me that stuff. It's pretty messed up. And I think that some people are waking up, and maybe our food system will change. But there's so much money to be made in cramming down the bad stuff. So You gotta be a rogue. You gotta do it on your own.
Yeah, I love you. And that chapter was a great quote where it's like, take charge of your health because no one else could do it for you. And I think that's so true. And like you were saying, it's like you have two ways you could look at it. Like you can either invest in your health now by eating like organic, healthy foods, or you can invest in your health later by going to like the doctor, getting a prescription, all these drugs and whatnot. So you might as well just take that earlier path and like save you so much more time, energy, and money, and you'll just have so much more like energy and just like a positive outlook on life. So it just makes a lot more sense to just eat healthier. I think another great tip you had was like, if you can't pronounce the ingredients, you probably shouldn't eat what's in that food.
Yeah, right. Yeah. When you look at a package, there should be three things in there, four, all of which are available in nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
And
of
then
those names are hilarious. I mean, it's like, what is that? Nobody knows what that is.
yeah, like it's like 16 like letters in this thing like no one ever heard of. And
Yeah.
when it comes to like water, you also have like just super practical tips where it's like eliminate everything that isn't water and then just drink more water, and that's all it really is to it. Because I was really shocked by the fact I think it was like 5 glasses a day reduced the risk of heart attacks by like 40 something percent.
Yeah.
And that's incredible. Just all you have to do is drink water and you'll like save your heart. And it's like again with like breathing and sleep, like all these tips are really like simple, kind of available to everyone, and so easy to do. It's just that you have to make that decision to like, okay, I'm gonna be healthier and I'm gonna follow these practices, and then then you'll actually have like a huge impact on your health.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems, I know people are listening to this thinking, this is all obvious. This is easy stuff. Exactly. So why aren't we doing it? And the answer is because the culture's not doing it. And we have a false sense of security doing what everybody else is doing. But everyone else is broke, overweight, unhappy, depressed, whatever. You don't want to be in that group, you know?
Yeah, I think well, you start off your book by saying like if you have one takeaway from this book, it's like three words: raise your standards, and that's how you should be. Yeah, looking at your life. Don't compare it to the people that the average person that's kind of sick, overweight type of thing. Compare it to the people that are actually like thriving and doing well in life.